helping you guys understand how I put the bracelet onto the case. And for the example, we'll be using the 5626 7000 Grammar of Design King Seiko. This is a very specific bracelet that I have for this case. When we get our end links, a lot of times the end links are going to be closed a bit more than this. I have opened these end links up a bit. I have opened the bite just a little bit. And the reason I opened the bite is to make the end link come closer to the case. And notice I put the end link in from the bottom. That way I don't scratch the watch. And if I do scratch anything, it won't be on the top where it's visible. And I can see this end link, it fits quite nicely. It doesn't really stick out. However, if I were to squeeze that end link and close that bite, what happens, it causes the end link to jut out a little bit more. So if we open the end link, it comes closer. If we close it, it goes further away from the case. Now that we know we've opened the end link enough so that it can come to the case, the next step is we're going to take our bracelet end here, making sure we've got these beads flipped over in the right direction. Then we're going to put the end link on here, and using a thin 18mm pin. A thinner pin is easier to work with. A thicker pin can cause it to be a little stiff and bind up. Now, what I like to do is turn the case upside down and turn the bracelet upside down. That way we're not scratching the top of the watch. Notice how I come in through the top, through the bottom here. And then, the way I like to do it, I have found successful for myself. I do like the tweezers, but I have one more special tool here that I'll use. Here it is. This device, it has a pick on the end, a fork. You can use a pair of tweezers. That also works just fine. And from here, what I'm going to try and do is get that inside. And I did. It's not in the pinhole, but that's okay. It's inside. And then I can come to the bottom and I can see that one's already inside. So what I'm going to try to do is push that in until I can get it to click. I heard a click. Yes. So it is in fact in the pinhole on the top. Now we're going to focus on the bottom. And I can see the pin here on the bottom. It's not quite in the hole, so I'm going to try to move it around just a little bit until I can get it to click. I'm going to push it a little bit. Still not quite in the hole yet. I'm going to use the fork to try to push that in. I think I got it in there, so I'm going to test it by giving it a gentle pull. And in fact, I did get it in there. And what we'll notice, there's no gap between this tab and this case. It's a tight fit. If it's not tight, maybe you've opened it too far and you have to close it a little bit. On this side, we can also see it's very, very snug. Now let's see the end result. That's beautiful. Very, very beautiful. And we want to test it by giving it a little shake. And it's not moving around very much at all. The fit is exquisite. It's very, very beautiful. If it's moving up and down, that means your tabs need to be bent back down a little bit so that they snug up against the case here. Now, notice when I do this, I don't have the whole bracelet. You might consider taking the clasp off, because working with a loose end is easier than working with something looped all the way around. If you guys have any questions about adjusting the bite on these end links and how to install them, or if you're looking for one of these bracelets for the King Seiko, drop me a line in the comment box. Thank you very much. Till next time.